And there's a Eurovision tram coming behind me, so I guess that's a bonus highlight, just how decorated the city of Basel was and how wonderful everything was covered in Eurovision in the main places that Eurovision fans were heading to. I was very moved by that performance. I got to see the performance in the first dress rehearsal as press, and I sobbed, and then we were told to leave right afterwards, and I was shaking. My legs were shaking. I could barely make it to the actual media centre without falling over. It's very emotional.
I was a bit confused at first with the first minute of the performance, but that was the point here, to be confused about it, I think, based on the meaning of the song for me, or what I feel about it now, and to see the last moment of the song with Nemo being like crying on that stage, like the tears he have in his eyes and giving everything. That was so intense. He gave really everything, and you feel that. You feel how deep it was for him to sing that moment. I feel human at this moment. I feel like connecting to him, and I was listening to him. I was feeling his pain to tell and to sing this song on such a huge stage to the whole of Europe. He's really doing a lot for many people here, for the non-binary community, but not just for them. I think for the whole community, LGBTQIA+ community, I think. So I was so happy to see that Germany received for the first time since a long time, I think, 12 points.
Germany! Germany 12 points! 12 Punkte für Deutschland!
Yes, it was from the jury. I hope that Televote will support much more in Germany, but that was already good, I think, since many years to do such a scoreboard with a song which is totally in German language. That just proof, that just shows them that we love when they are singing their language, first of all, and that whatever song you produce, you could sing in your language. It just depends about the song, actually. And Basel by Argentina is fantastic. That's a hit, that's a banger, and I'm sure the song is really successful right now in the charts in all over Europe, so that's a great sign for the contest. And for Germany, I hope they will send another song in German language next year, because they have an amazing musical industry, you know. I'm listening to some of their songs on their Spotify top 50. There is always some interesting song in German, and that just show that they could not just sing in English, that's boring sometimes. So sing in your language, please. That was beautiful this year. But one host in particular, Hazel, she was so cool. I think she's the coolest host we experienced at Eurovision since many years. She was so cool. I was at the family show, second semi-final, and the rehearsal, of course, and she was so genuinely and naturally doing her jokes or even interacting with the public. That was so easy for her to do that. Like, it felt like she was doing that every day in her life, and I was like, oh my god, she's the host of the year. All the hosts were crazy and really fantastic. They did an amazing job, but her, in her character, to be really fun compared to the other, she was slaying so much the game. And I was so happy to discover a new host, and she's the Lady of Switzerland for sure. I love the fondue moment with Erika Wickman also. That was really funny.
Because this is a family-friendly show. Oh my god, you're really getting into this. This is cheese for
wow,
everyone
that's dribbly.
Watching at home.
Okay, you're watching BBC One.
And yes, I wish she will present another Eurovision Song Contest if Switzerland win in the coming years. We don't know. Let's see. Baby Lasagna versus Käärijä, the battle that was crazy. That was crazy already to saw that at Arena Plus, the public was really crazy about this moment, you don't imagine. But to see also the read after that on television, that was really cool, because I think on television it looked even more interesting. The fact that they use the wall staging in a good way, like on the left Baby Lasagna, on the right Käärijä, and to fight each other face to face, that was so cool with a big arc. And also to include some 3D incrustation elements on television, that was impressive, that was crazy. And even someone which is not like a huge fan of the Eurovision Song Contest could feel that the songs were crazy, and to see two televoters' favorites also being back on that stage, that was really pleasant as a Eurovision fan, and I feel much more what I love from the Eurovision bubble and spirit, this love to some song and artists, and I absolutely love this moment also.
Being in Basel this year and living it through Eurovision week, wherever you went in the city, you could tell Eurovision was happening. I feel like all local businesses were embracing the contest and were really happy to have all the Eurovision fans in their city.
Nothing to complain, and I am French, so I can tell you that I'm complaining about a lot of things. We love that, but here that was perfect. I feel safe during my world trip. I feel so happy to just walk into the city. The weather was perfect, the rain river, the city was so charming, really embracing Eurovision Song Contest. To go from a point to another, that was so easy. The city was a bit small, I'm gonna say, to compare to other capital city, I'm gonna say. And that was really pleasant actually, because you could just walk into the city to get to a point to another, and that was really easy. There was so much free stands, free events, so even for people who doesn't have the money, it doesn't cost them a lot actually to go to the Eurovision village. That was free. And yes, the Euro clubs, the Euro cafe, everything sounds perfect for me. So yes, and the concept of Arena Plus, that was crazy. And I want this concept to be back, because that was amazing to feel a whole stadium, 36,000 of people singing, enjoying each song. I promise you, like, no song having like not been singing by the crowd. Like, all the audience were really cheering, all of them, and that feels so good to feel that.
So yeah, hats off to Basel. What an incredible host city. And yeah, I just think Switzerland did an amazing job this year. So round of applause to Switzerland.
Made in Switzerland, we've invented ESC. Made in Switzerland, to unite the people peacefully.
That was a very enjoyable thing. It seems to be becoming a bit of a tradition now that the hosts performed some sort of musical number at some point during the show. It should have perhaps been an interval act in the final, but never mind. I think Made in Switzerland was one of the more enjoyable moments of this year's competition.
The interactions between the artists this year, they have been so lovely. Obviously, most people will know about the Beauty Blenders, Hazel, Kyle, JJ, Miriana, Luan, but everyone else has been joining them on their live streams throughout, and everyone seemed to have so much fun on them. It was lovely to watch these live streams. I hope they kind of keep up for at least a little bit, because they are very entertaining. And all the interactions have been lovely. Vibe playing Minecraft with everyone, Abo streaming basically the whole time, and then on a personal note, just meeting all the artists. They're all so lovely. I don't think I've had a bad reaction or interaction with any of them. People have been saying this is maybe the best sort of artist interaction that we've seen since 2021, and maybe that's true.
But the fact that the jurors recognised that it was actually a great composition altogether, and Remember Monday were, of course, lovely girls, and they've sang beautifully all night. It got a high jury score, but the fact that we got our 12 points on the night from the Italian jurors.
Our 12 cheesy points go to United Kingdom.
Grazie mille, grazie tutti, Forza Italia, etc. Thank you very much. Although that being said, we got 12 points from a mouse. Because they deserved it. Absolutely, they deserved it from the entire thing.
I always feel as though Eurovision is such a big event, it warrants a pretty sizable venue. But once again this year, we were in a somewhat more intimate venue, I suppose. But everything worked pretty well. There wasn't really much in the way of mishaps or anything like that, which is good.
I think this is probably one of the best and most technical stages we've had at Eurovision. And it wasn't just so stunning in person, it was also so stunning on TV as well. It offered so many qualities. And I think it was a stage that offered the artists so much capabilities for their performances. So yeah, I thought this stage in Basel absolutely knocked it out of the park, and I would love to see future designs like this one in the future.
I always feel as though Eurovision is a benchmark for the next competition. So Austria should be looking at what Switzerland did this year and saying, okay, that's what they've done. We need to reach that level at the very minimum and then push on. Eurovision should always be evolving host broadcaster to host broadcaster.
178
I think there was this huge sigh of relief across Europe when that happened. Certainly I know a lot of other Eurovision-related YouTubers who were perhaps in Basel breathed a huge sigh of relief as well, because I think we were all thinking at that moment, if Israel win this, next year's competition is in real jeopardy. Who knows what's going to happen between now and next May?
As soon as you hear that 100, it does not matter what the other part of the number is. You just hear it's triple digits, and that's all that matters. And when that was announced, you know, just the euphoria, the joy that I rarely experience. It's only when, you know, a favourite of mine wins a national final or it qualifies, or, you know, as a football fan, when my team scores, which as a West Ham fan does not happen that often in recent times.
But of course, Austria were crowned champions. It means they'll organise the 70th edition next year, probably in Vienna. A very worthy winner. Great vocal performance every time from JJ. It was one of the favourites to win from pretty much the moment that song was released, so I don't think anybody can be too surprised with this outcome. I really enjoyed the staging. It was very cinematic and atmospheric and dramatic, and it just looked and sounded like winning material to me. They were in it to win it, and I think what was particularly impressive about this performance was how it felt so slick, but it wasn't over the top at all. It really could have been. But everything just felt very tight and well executed.